Warning: if you are young, sensitive, or both, I strongly advise you to stop watching this video right now. Everything that follows is entirely true. Nothing has been invented, nothing added for effect. These are not ghost stories whispered around a fire. These are real places where people lived, died, and were never able to leave. Today, I want to take you on a journey through 6 of the most haunted places on Earth. The Malahide Castle, Ireland. The castle with 5 ghosts. Just 14 kilometers from Dublin, Malahide Castle is a real medieval castle that has stood for over 800 years. It used to be the home of the Talbot family, but today it's known as one of the most haunted castles in the world. People say 5 ghosts live inside the castle. The saddest one is Sir Walter Hussey, Lord Galtrim. He was killed in battle on the day of his wedding in the 1400s. Now his ghost walks the halls at night, still wearing his armor, holding his side where he was hurt. Why is he heartbroken? Because his bride married someone else just days after he died. Then there's Lady Maud, also called the Lady in White. She had a bad marriage to a powerful man. People say they've seen her running through the castle, angry and in pain, always chasing the ghost of her abusive husband. Another ghost is called Puck. He wasn't a knight or a lord, he was a servant. But he fell in love with Lady Eleanora Fitzgerald, a noblewoman. They were caught together and arrested by King Henry VIII. She was locked away because of her family. But Puck was tortured and found dead, his body tied up on the castle wall. Before he died, he cursed the Talbot family, saying he would haunt the castle until a Talbot married a commoner, and to this day, he's still waiting. Finally, there's Miles Corbett. He was given the castle by Oliver Cromwell, and he did terrible things while he lived there. When Cromwell's rule ended, Corbett was killed in a horrible way, hanged, cut apart, and pulled into pieces. Now his ghost appears in full armor, but then suddenly explodes into 4 bloody parts and disappears. The Eastern State Penitentiary, Pennsylvania, where isolation broke the mind, opened in 1829 in Philadelphia. It was the first prison where prisoners were kept in complete isolation. They ate, slept, and lived alone. They wore black hoods and weren't allowed to see or talk to anyone. They didn't even have names, only numbers. This system was supposed to help prisoners change, but instead, it made them go insane. Some screamed for days, others scratched the walls until their hands bled. Some prisoners were never seen again. The prison closed in 1971, but people say the ghosts are still there. Visitors and guards have heard whispers, footsteps, and seen a shadow figure walking in the guard tower. If you try to follow it, it disappears. In cell block 12, people hear a scary laugh that doesn't sound human. In cell block 6, dark shapes with no faces run along the walls. In cell block 4, ghostly people look out from cells, then fade away like smoke. The warden's office still smells like cigar smoke, and people hear crying just outside the door, even though no one is there. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium, Kentucky, where death was a daily visitor, opened in 1910 to treat tuberculosis, a deadly lung disease. By 1926, the hospital had over 400 patients. Most of them never made it out alive. More than 63,000 people died here, some from the illness, but many died because of painful treatments like electroshock therapy, bleach injections, even having their lungs removed without painkillers. To hide the dead body, staff used a secret tunnel called the body chute to move bodies at night so visitors wouldn't see. Today, the hospital is abandoned, but people still hear and see strange things. Some visitors say they saw full-body ghosts walking by. Others saw the Creeper, a monster that crawls across the ceiling on all 4s. Room 502 is especially scary. It's said to whisper to people, telling them to jump. Even people who don't believe in ghosts leave shaken, and some refuse to talk about what happened inside. Hello everyone, it's the Prince of Mystery here. Before we dive deeper into this chilling case, a quick word from today's sponsor, Mytelin. Staying healthy and slimmer this summer has never been easier, especially while you're watching your favorite mystery channel. Mytelin isn't just another supplement. It's unlike anything you've ever tried or experienced before. This breakthrough formula is one of the only products in the world with a proprietary blend of 6 exotic nutrients and plants, all designed to support healthy mitochondria levels. And if you didn't know, mitochondria are the powerhouses of your cells, and they're key to burning fat. Inside every Mytilin capsule, you'll find a unique blend of maqui berry, rhodiola, haematococcus, amla, theobroma cacao, and schisandra. These rare ingredients work together to promote calorie-burning mitochondria, helping fuel your body and metabolism like never before. In short, the more mitochondria you have, the more fat you burn. So if you're ready to boost your body's natural energy and fat-burning potential, click the link below, or simply scan the QR code on your screen to get started. Thanks to Mytilin for sponsoring this video. The Monte Cristo Homestead, Australia, the house of many deaths. In Junee, New South Wales, there's a house called Monte Cristo Homestead, and many believe it's the most haunted house in all of Australia. It was built in 1885, and the family who lived there, the Crawleys, saw a lot of death and tragedy. A baby fell down the stairs and died. A servant fell from a balcony, but no one knows how or why. A stable boy was burned alive in the stables. People say you can still hear him screaming on stormy nights. But the worst story is about Harold, a disabled boy who was kept locked in a small room for over 40 years. He was chained to the wall like an animal. When people finally found him, he was curled up next to the dead body of his mother. He was taken to a mental hospital and died not long after. Even after the family left the house in 1948, strange things kept happening. A caretaker was murdered by an intruder. Some say it wasn't a regular killing, that it was caused by something supernatural. Since then, people have seen bloodstains that come back after being cleaned, whispers in empty rooms, footsteps that lead nowhere. No one stays more than a few nights. The Castle of Good Hope, South Africa. In Cape Town, there's a castle built in the 1600s called the Castle of Good Hope. It's the oldest building from the colonial times in South Africa, and it's full of ghost stories. In 1915, soldiers started seeing a tall man in a dark cloak walking along the walls at night. For 2 weeks straight, he would jump from the wall, but disappear before hitting the ground. Back in 1728, Governor Peter Van Noot had 7 soldiers executed. That same day, he was found dead at his desk, eyes wide open in fear. People say one of the soldiers cursed him before dying. But he's not the only ghost. There's the Gray Lady, who runs through the halls crying and holding her face. You hear her scream the loudest during full moons. There's also the ghost bell. After a soldier was found hanging from the bell rope, the tower was sealed. But the bell still rings, even though no one is inside. Visitors have also seen a black dog that runs straight at them, but then it vanishes in mid-air. The Tower of London, United Kingdom, a fortress of shadows. The Tower of London is nearly 1,000 years old. It has been a palace, a prison, and a place where many were executed. Many ghosts are said to live there. The most famous is Anne Boleyn, a queen who was beheaded in 1536. People have seen her ghost walking without her head through the church where she's buried. Guards say she sometimes carries her head in her hands, crying. Another ghost is Lady Jane Grey, known as the 9-Day Queen. She's been seen standing on the tower walls, looking toward the crown she never wore. Inside the White Tower, a woman in white is sometimes seen waving from a window, as if she's calling to invisible children. But the creepiest ghosts are the 2 little princes, young boys believed to have been murdered by their uncle, King Richard III. They appear at night wearing old nightgowns, holding hands, their faces full of fear. They never talk. They only appear when it's cold, and when you see them, they stare right into your soul. So if you ever find yourself near one of these places, look over your shoulder, listen closely, and think twice before you step inside, because what's waiting in the dark might already been watching you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your bravest friends, and make sure to subscribe for more terrifying true stories. Until next time.